Very Mosley. Well, how come your dad not going to be training you?
Well, you know, I chose to use Nazim for this particular fight, and my father he's in my corner. I still talk with him, not every day, but almost every day, about different things. So, I mean, I just wanted to see how things work with Nazim.
Shane, I haven't noticed on any of the promotions that the title is up for grabs on this fight. Is it for Tony's belt?
I believe it's for the WBA World Championship.
Okay, thanks for clearing that up.
What kind of style, how are you by the way?
I'm good.
What kind of style do you like in an opponent? And does this guy have that style?
Yeah, he definitely has a style that comes right at you, and he gives his heart and soul. He gives you a full 12 rounds of fighting. And I love that type of style. I think the fans should love it too, because you get to see a lot of action.
What I'm thinking is that you're not going to have to look for him. He's going to come right at you.
I won't have to look for him. He's going to be right there, and it's going to be an excellent fight.
Did we learn something from the Oscar's fight where he picked to fight a really fast guy and maybe just slow down a little bit? That's not the wisest decision.
No, I think Oscar's fight had nothing to do with, there wasn't even Oscar in there. It was, for him gaining like maybe 2 pounds from the weigh-in, that just doesn't happen, especially for the height he had on him. I can see if he was fighting at 160 and he went to ring 162. But if fighting 145, 47 or 45 and went to ring 47, that just doesn't happen for somebody that's tall.
So it wasn't the opponent, it was the weight thing?
I think it was the weight thing, but you can't take any credit away from Manny. Manny fought a great fight. I mean, it's not his fault that Oscar had the complications, so.
You said you've been training already?
Yes, of course.
Since last month, or?
No, I wouldn't say last month. I'm not sure. Maybe 2 weeks ago, maybe.
Shane, not too many people are, at this point, wanting to get in the ring with Tony. What do you see when you watch his fights? I know you haven't stepped away from anybody, but what do you see in his that you want to...
I see an aggressive fighter. I like to fight fighters that are aggressive. I like to fight fighters that like throw a lot of punches, that like to fight. I think those are having to pick between Berto and Margarito. I mean, I pick Margarito every time.
Is there something in his style that you see that you can capitalize, you and Nazim can work on?
Well, I mean, it's a style that I'm familiar with. I should say that. I grew up here in California, and I'm used to these type of styles where you sit right there and fight. And maybe that's probably why my style kind of turned more into a puncher style, because I've been here so long. Because I used to box a lot, and I still can box and move around, but being out here in California, you learn to fight.
That's what I was going to ask you. Was you're a boxer, but you've been a puncher as of late. I mean, we've seen what you've been doing. You've been knocking guys out. Is this the kind of game plan you're going in with Tony? Do you expect him to go to distance?
With Tony, you have to be able to use everything. You can't just have one style. I can tell him I'm going to sit there and punch with him. Like I say, I'm going to sit there and box with him because I don't like to be on the outside just boxing all day, which I could. I'm not going to say, there's a lot of different things I want to do. I want to do everything. I want to show all my skills, all my talents.
Hey, what can you do that Cotto couldn't do?
Well, I think Cotto could not fight for a long portion of the time going backwards. I think Cotto did. I think maybe I took a little bit of his confidence away from him when I fought him. Toward the later rounds, when I fought Cotto, he started, weakening even after he was hurt going to the hospital after the fight when I fought him. As you know, I landed more power shots than he did. He landed more jabs than me. So I think that when Margarito stepped in the ring with him, he was ready for the taking, And Margarito's walked him down and punched him out.
Can you learn new tricks at your age, at this point in your career? You brought Nazim, but can you really change much at this point?
You really can't change much, but you can like I say, reinvent or recreate the things that you already learned. So if you learned a lot of different things, you have a lot of different tools and weapons and stuff in your arsenal. You just don't use them. But somebody can trigger those different weapons that you have. And you should, so it's not about learning different things, because I've learned a whole lot in my fight career. It's about triggering it.
And you think Nas is the guy to bring that out?
I think so. I think we've just a little bit of time I've been with him already. I'm already getting a lot sharper. It's kind of weird. I feel pretty good right now.
What is he doing for you, Shane? Do you feel like I know you want him to install and use that Bernard Hopkins, I'm smarter than you?
No. That's far off base. You're so far off base is incredible. No, it's, like I said, what I'm saying, the trigger the different things that I already know how to do. I mean, Nazim is the type of guy who watches everything you do, your opponent does, and he's been watching for quite some time now. And you know the things that I used to do, and he's just going to trigger those different things with that. And like what's the fight? Hopefully, I'll be just like old times.
What did you, in retrospect now, thinking back, what did you think of your performance against Margarito?
I thought it was decent. I think, I didn't really think much of it. In the 8th round, I had blood blisters on my foot. I was fighting for 4 rounds with blisters on my foot, and I allowed Mayorga to throw some punches and clinch, throw punches. He was a lot bigger than me. He was trying to use everything he could use weight, but when he did start fighting me in the 12th round, that's what happened. He got caught. He started fighting me before he got caught, and the fight was over.
Because some people are going to look and say, well, Shane didn't look so great against Mayorga. Now he's going to step up and fight Margarito. They're going to go, how could he possibly win?
Totally different type of fight. Mayorga throws punches from different angles. Mayorga's going to was probably like 10 pounds heavier than Margarito. He was like 170, 171. I basically got fought out of my weight class. And I was fighting a bigger guy, and knocks about that big. He was big. It's about that big. It's pretty remarkable. And to take, the shots that he was throwing. He threw some shots at me, some shots here and there. He came in pretty good shape. He came to fight, and he knew he was fighting with me, so he came to fight. So he fought pretty good. I mean, I just didn't fight who I should have fought. And it was, like I said, sometimes there's complications, and I know better not to have that complication again.
Shane, your body shots have always served you well. Tony's a murderous body puncher. How do you plan on nullifying that or dealing with that?
Well, I mean, I always tell people I have probably a thicker coat than Cotto does. I mean, I could take probably more punishment than Cotto can and come back with my own. I'm a little physically strong. People don't really understand and really know. They think that I'm just whatever. But if you notice, I fought a lot of big guys. Winky walks around big. Vargas 220 or whatever, he just walks around big. I mean, Vernon's really big. Mayorga is big. So these guys, these are some big guys that I jump in the ring with naturally. And so even my sparring partners are pretty big. They're not under 170, they're at 180, I think, right now. So. And it's not because I choose to have them that big, it's just because, they fight.
This guy's like the smallest guy you've fought in a while.
This is the smallest guy I've fought in a while. He's going to throw more punches, but he's the smallest guy. So I'm not really worried about punching power or anything. I'm just, we just got to keep my punch protection up and fight. It's going to be great. He doesn't like to clinch too much, so we're going to be in a good fight.
Shane, one of the thoughts I think